Naruto is a series with a lot of strengths and positives in regards to its storytelling and its characters, but that doesn't mean it's a perfect series. One of the biggest flaws in the Naruto series is its romance. I know that Naruto is a battle shonen which is focused on action and ninjas, so romance isn't like his main genre or anything, but it still is there in the story. And I feel that it wasn't executed as well as the other aspects in the story. So I'm going to go through how Naruto failed its romance and how it could have been improved. So I'm first going to start off with the problem with Naruto and Hinata. I do think it made sense that they ended up together, but I still feel like throughout the 700 chapters, I wish we got more screen time between them instead of just cramming it all in one movie to bring them together. It should have been something that was built up from the beginning. We know that Hinata always had feelings for Naruto, but not once did we ever see Naruto acknowledge this or even try to reciprocate them until the last movie. We had scenes like Hinata confessing her love to Naruto, which was a big moment for her, but then after Pain was defeated, Naruto never has a one-on-one conversation with her about the confession. It seemed as if Naruto forgot about it. Maybe it was due to him losing control over the Nine Tails, but I still think we could have had this moment between them at the end of the Pain arc. And the same thing happens in the 4th Ninja War, when Hinata snaps Naruto out of his despair, but we don't really see much romantic connection between them during that point. We also don't see many scenes that only involves the two of them to build up their relationship. The only times we see them interact was in the written exams for the Chunin exams, Naruto seeing Hinata after the time skip, when he searched for Itachi, Hinata's confession during Pain's assault, and Neji's death. And in most of those moments, they didn't share much conversation. And with the last movie, I feel like they crammed the whole relationship in this movie, just to show how they got married at the end. But it felt rushed to me, since why did it take Naruto this long to realize that Hinata liked him, and all of a sudden he fell in love with her. Now I do like them as a couple, because in Boruto they do go well together as husband and wife, and being good parental figures to Kawaki, but I just wanted more interaction between them in the Naruto series. Sakura and Sasuke are probably the most hated couple in Naruto, and there are reasons why that is the case. Not only did we barely see them in any romantic scene, or Sasuke reciprocating his love to Sakura, but for the majority of the series, we only see Sasuke treating Sakura badly. In the beginning, I felt there was something going on between them, like when Sasuke made Sakura feel better during the Chunin exams, when she lacked the confidence to participate, or Sasuke saying thank you to Sakura for making him feel part of a family again when he was a part of Team 7. And also Sasuke breaking Zagu's arms in his new curse mark state because of what he did to Sakura, and the only reason why his curse mark got suppressed was because Sakura held him back. But other than those few moments from part 1, there was no close moment between them as a duo. Sasuke neglects her for the majority of Naruto's run, and even tried to kill her twice in the 5 Kage Summit arc. He doesn't really acknowledge her much besides the beginning of the Chunin exams, and the two of them don't really interact with each other much. Even when they were on Team 7, Sasuke only really talked to Naruto because he was his rival and they had a close bond. The Sasuke and Sakura dynamic was very one-sided from Sakura's side, and we never see the relationship develop over time. In order to write a good couple, we need to see that couple develop their relationship in a natural way throughout the course of the series, so that when they get together at the end, it feels satisfying and worth it. But Sasuke and Sakura never had something like that until maybe the very end, when Sasuke promises to return to her. But I feel that was too late, because we should have had this relationship develop over the course of the series. Maybe we could have had more moments of Sakura trying to stop Sasuke from walking in the darkness, or we could have had moments of Sasuke taking Sakura's feelings into account as he's on his path of revenge. I do feel that on paper, they do make a great couple, but I just feel that it wasn't executed as well as the other couples, and that's what's important at the end of the day. I did like what we saw from this couple in the Sasuke Rotoden novel adaptation in the Boruto anime. The fact that they both still stay loyal to each other despite Sasuke never being at home does show how much they do love each other. I just wish that we got more of this in the original manga which Kishimoto wrote. But the Naruto and Sasuke couples aren't the only couples I felt that weren't executed as well. Even when you look at Shikamaru and Temari, they are one of the more loved couples in the community, and they were done better than Naruto and Sasuke's couples, because they had a good dynamic between them, so it makes sense why they did end up together at the end. But I feel that we could have had more moments between them on a romantic level. In the 4th Ninja War, there was barely any moments that involved the two of them, or any hints that they may get together in the future. I think the only time we saw them together in the war was when Temari said that Shikamaru would make a great Hokage, and that was it. But I think overall they were pretty decent, because I liked how they first started out as enemies in the Chunin exams, to Temari saving Shikamaru from Toyuya, and even working together as proctors for the next Chunin exams during the time skip. Even Naruto thought they were a couple when he returned. With Sai and Ino, those two barely interacted at all in Naruto, and I mean barely. The only time they spoke was when Sai was being introduced to Team 10 at the barbecue restaurant, and he calls Ino beautiful, which is the opposite of what Sai meant, because Sai actually thought that Ino was ugly, but he didn't want to get her angry, because he already made that same mistake with Sakura. And with Ino, it seems that she only ended up with Sai because he looked like Sasuke, so it's like Ino was only settling with the second option. When Sasuke joined the war, Ino immediately approached him, showing that she still had feelings for him like Sakura, but Shikamaru and Choji stopped her. And we don't get any more moments between Sai and Ino throughout the entire series, and all of a sudden they end up together and they have a child.
That just makes no fucking sense.
Maybe we could have had a moment where Sai actually starts to find Ino beautiful, showing how far his social skills and his understanding of human emotions have developed, but we don't get any of that. Choji and Karui make even less sense, because they never once spoke to each other in the entire series, because they're not even from the same village, and they expect us to believe that they ended up together at the end. Shikamaru and Temari, they were from different villages as well, but at least we saw them interact and have a few moments together. If you were to ask someone who is watching Naruto for the first time on who they think Choji would end up with, Karui would be the last character they would think of. They probably would have expected Omoi to get with Karui instead, since those two actually had a pretty funny dynamic going. The only times I felt like Choji and Karui's relationship could have developed were when Karui and Omoi entered the village, and Choji could have met her there for the first time, or they could have been put under the same squad during the 4th Ninja War. That honestly would have been the best opportunity to bring them together and get some interactions between them. Maybe we could have had a moment where Choji was protecting Karui from the White Zetsus with his new butterfly mode or something, and that would make Karui fall for him. Because in Choji's flashback, Choji starts doubting himself over the fact that he feels that he'll never get married, and it was even a part of his dream during the Infinite Tsukuyomi. So having him and Karui have some moments in the war, that would have been the best opportunity to show Choji that he could actually get a girlfriend, and also to give a better reason to why they got married and had a daughter. Minato and Kushina, they were easily the best couple in Naruto, and they were introduced as dead characters, so they had significantly less screen time than the majority of the couples. What makes Minato and Kushina's couple so good is that we see how they first met and how they developed their relationship over time. When they first met, they both had the same goal of being Hokage, but Kushina didn't think highly of Minato at the time, but Minato seemed to have feelings for her in the beginning. In the days since joining the academy, Kushina was bullied for her hair color and was seen as a monster because of the way she would react to her bullies, but Minato was the first one to compliment her hair and didn't see her as a monster like everyone else did, and because of that, Kushina's opinion of Minato changed, and that's how they ended up together. And we even see more of their dynamic when they got married, and even during the Ninetales incident, where Kushina was willing to sacrifice herself to save Minato and Naruto. And then Minato says Kushina was the reason why he became a man and became the 4th Hokage. And we even see more of their relationship in the newest Minato one-shot manga, though despite it being a Minato one-shot manga, it seems more like a Minato and Kushina one if anything. So Kishimoto is clearly capable of writing romance in Naruto. I just wish that he held the same quality with the other couples like he did with Minato and Kushina. Naruto and Sasuke are the main characters, so I am expecting their couples to be written better than Minato and Kushina, because all of their screen time together was only shown in flashbacks, and not in the present time. And I think that the majority of the couples being poorly executed is why I think that the romance was Naruto's biggest flaw.